Hey, welcome back to Affiliate Marketing with Morgan. Do me a favor, this is your first time here. Go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. You know, I love to hear from you, no matter what it is. If you got a question, sure. If you want to be like, hey, Morgan, how's your day? I'll answer that too. Or if you just want to tell me about your marketing experience, maybe some trouble or something that you're having, whatever it is, leave me a comment and I respond to all comments. Okay, so I really want to walk through, kind of email marketing, setting this up for you guys, what my workflow is, and things like that. And obviously, I'll be using some of my favorite tools to get this stuff done, which will include things Hoppy Copy, of course, and things like Quillbot and I think it's called Word Tuner. Anyway, so you're going to see all those things in action, kind of how it all works together. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a long video. There's really nothing I can do about that. Um, Setting up an email system, right? Being able to craft emails to send to people, it's a bit of a mental game, right? Like you you have to really sit down and think about the things that the person receiving the email, like their experience, how um, they'll feel about it, how the objections and things like they'll have, to the offer that you're promoting. Excuse me. And it's why I recommend that when you're new, just start off with like the My Lead Gen Secrets, right? And that's definitely going to be the first link here in the description. Um, Also, I'll have links to all the other tools that I will use, but starting off with My Lead Gen Secrets is a really great way just to kind of get your feet wet, make some money with email marketing, and then move into an actual or a different, maybe even more complex technically, email marketing system. And then for that, you saw I recently just moved to that system, and that is the no limit emails right here. So, like I said, I've been in the My Lead Gen Secrets for 6 months. I think this is just now getting into my 7th month. And I've taken that learning experience and being able to craft those emails, and I've taken that over into the no limit email system. And if you need to, you can start watching the starter guide down here. That's kind of like how I set up all of my My Lead Gen Secrets accounts so that I started making money on ClickBank. And if you followed the last video, I've switched over to more of a reoccurring model. Now, to me, there's probably no better system than email marketing. I've gone through a whole lot of other make money online things, and where they did make money, um, it wasn't quite what I was hoping for, or it didn't necessarily make what I thought it was going to make. And there tended to be a lot more upkeep and overhead and things that I had to do. Um, Even though I make a lot of YouTube videos, I'm not necessarily crazy about making a lot of content, mostly in terms of like short form videos. I do think that's something that I will eventually have to get into, or maybe I'll hire somebody to do that on my behalf. Um, but that's kind of later down the road. I digress, unfortunately, right? All right, so what I really wanted to share with you today before I get on my long rant is, so I've had a Warrior Plus account forever, right? Like 2000 and what, 9 or something ridiculous, maybe even earlier than that. I don't know. So, but I needed additional offers to try and promote outside of just My Lead Gen Secrets and ClickBank and things like that. So I've recently gone through and I just applied to like a bunch of um, offers on Warrior Plus, I try to make sure that they're close to $20 or above $20. Um, right, just because no one really wants like super low commissions. Like that. It's sold a lot. That's great. I just don't know, $10. I feel like if I was gonna make $10, I could go back and sell ClickBank offers. Anyway, um, so this is kind of what I was looking for, and after I put in a bunch of requests, obviously some denied, but some approved me. So I started looking at the secret email system, and I think this is what I want to try and email out the audience from uh, the no limit emails. Okay. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is I like to keep myself like super organized. I don't know if that's your thing, but I have like folders and folders and folders, uh, just so that, again, I can keep everything organized. So we're going to start off with the secret email system. Okay. So that's what it is. So I put together a simple, just Word doc. I use Google Docs for everything, or Google Suite. Name of the product, and I have my link. So this is my default Warrior Plus link. This is the one that says no bar and the private mastermind. What else I want to include in here is here, price range and commission range. So I'm just going to kind of like highlight that. I also look to see, about reoccurring, right? I don't care if it's reoccurring $5 or whatever that is, it's still something that's reoccurring. So we're going to go and paste that in there just so we have that additional information. And so I've also included like a small brief about what the product is generally about, link to the sales page, and the current email swipes that it gives me. All right, so let's just take a look at the sales page right quick. When I was going through and picking out the offers, I didn't look at any of the sales pages, any of that stuff initially, because I felt like it didn't matter if they weren't going to approve me, right? I feel like the worst thing you want to do is, look at the offer, evaluate it, be like, hey, I think this is a pretty good offer, go through the process of applying for the offer, and then you get denied, right? You just wasted, 15, 20 minutes looking for an offer, right? Finding the right and perfect offer. Instead, like I said, I went through, applied for a bunch of them that I thought, just based off the stats, were worth it. And I can go back now and evaluate which ones I want to apply for, or sorry, not apply for, which ones I actually want to promote and which ones that I don't. But now I know that I have the option to promote that product. And that's, surely the only reason why I did that particular method. Because if they don't approve you, you can't promote their product. And that's fine, because there are only a million Warrior Plus products. So whoever doesn't approve you, it's not your loss, it's their loss. And you keep moving. All right, so now that we've covered that, we got approved for the secret email system. And so now this is a time where we're evaluating, the pros and cons, the benefits, how will our list feel about this, and so forth and so forth. That's okay. Yeah, here's the link to the swipe files. I already included that inside there. All right, let's look at the funnel map and then the overall products. All right, so your entry in is $5.60. Great. You always, I like looking for products that have a low barrier entry, right? So that $20 mark is that low barrier of entry. Most people have $20. I mean, hell, if you go to a restaurant, you're going to spend at least $20, right? So most people can kind of evaluate that to, a night at a restaurant, not even like an expensive restaurant. Like you can go to, um, I don't know, but a Chick-fil-A or a not like a Chili's or something like that, and easily spend way more, than like $20. Like everybody's meal there is like $20, right? So I feel like at $20, most people can kind of evaluate that and kind of compare it to like a night out or a nice meal. So the fact that it has a low entry point is really good. And then you want the additional upsells. And then these two are the reoccurring. Trying to see if I could click on them to actually show what they are. But it does not look like that. Okay. But it does tell you what your reoccurring fees or commissions rather will be. So that's cool. All right. So I pulled up the sales page to also get a better understanding with it. I have already watched the video and things like that. So when I'm evaluating an offer, I try to, at least skim through the sales page, watch some of the videos to get a really good understanding about the product that I'm really going to be selling. And that's also what the brief is kind of about, right? So essentially, this guy is telling you, or the person who's buying this book, this email system, his secrets to making seven figures, I think is what he said. Yeah, seven figures online, but with ethical email marketing. And I like that part just because the ethical part of sort of email marketing, like we've all gotten like a bunch of just absolute like spam and stuff like that. And so I feel like by adding like the ethical part, like you're actually a legitimate person, emailing them about something that's actually useful. And, I definitely try to do that with my no limits email list. Just because, again, you get a lot of spam, but I want to show you, right, how to, or at least the people on my list, and I suppose you too, since you're watching the video. I want to show you how to, actually leverage the systems and products and things like that to actually make yourself money online. There's only a billion ways to do it, and you just need to find one or two that works for you. All right. So, new book reveals how I built seven figures online using ethical marketing, drive revenue, sales, commission, without creating a product, without fulfilling services, running ads, or doing customer service. 30 minutes a day. Awesome. Counterintuitive, running online business. Just by creating a business machine. And that's definitely what email marketing is. It's definitely a machine that runs pretty much on autopilot. Okay, so this is a little bit about his backstory. Okay, just sort of like looking at the graph. All right, let's see what his bonuses are. Irresistible video guide, checklist. Well, that's good. He's actually giving swipe files. That's potentially something that we could talk about in our emails, because that would be one of the objections that somebody who's emailing, uh, starting their own like email business type of thing, they might not know what emails to send or anything like that. So, having 1,000 emails to kind of get started with is actually a really, really good thing. I definitely have probably 600 or so emails that I have alone, just as templates or additional guides, and I haven't even gone through them all. But eventually, kind of what happens is I kind of sift through them a little bit and pick out ones that I think are great, maybe reword it a little bit so it sounds a little bit more like me, and send that off. I try never to send out swipes as they are, just because so many people probably have access to those same swipes. You never want to send them out exactly as they are. All right, what else we got here? Exact lead gen template. Okay, that's another objection, right? How to generate high quality leads. Okay, looks like he's giving you more swipe files. This might be nice. A free 45-minute session with my team to help you get clarity and figure out how to implement this system. That's great. And then access to the private Facebook community. Okay, these are definitely objections that somebody may or may not have about using this system. So we'll want to talk about some of these things in the upcoming emails that we're going to be sending. This is kind of why I like to run through the sales page. And if I wasn't making a video, I would have definitely just kind of skimmed through and kind of picked out those things a lot faster. But welcome. I love having you here. So think nothing of it. Okay, so these are all the products that he sent. Okay, here's what's in the book. Step-by-step process for finding the most profitable and proven offers. That's also an objection. Uh, yeah, finding offers. And this is some of his email proof. We can actually use these images in the email as well. Okay. He has a super long sales page. Like, he's still scrolling, right? So yeah, super long form sales page. And our objective is to get people to this page and, have them interested in purchasing said product. So we also want to mention things in there like guarantees and that this also has a money back guarantee. That's also good. Okay. Let's scroll all the way back up to the top. So we kind of have an idea, a brief idea, anyways, of the overall what the system um, is about. So next we need to kind of go through and start planning out some of our overall emails. And before we do that, I want to show you the current swipes that he has. Oh, let's go there. Say goodbye to a great deal in 3, 2, 1. I've gotten a tremendous offer for you for a limited time. Matt's giving you his fresh off the press book revealing how he built a 7-figure online business using nothing but ethical email marketing to drive revenue, sales, and commissions. Right now for 85% off for a tiny investment of $560. And that's not all. He's also including at no extra cost 10 amazing bonuses valued at $16.45, many of which others would simply call priceless. The price will rise soon. Hurry uh, and save $31.40. Okay. I mean, this is definitely a sales email, right? It talks about, tremendous offer, limited time, right? He's adding in scarcity, um, right? He's telling you that it's 85% off and it's basically the cup of coffee. Uh, Actually, I definitely pay more than that at Starbucks every time I go. So less than a cup of coffee, and then amazing bonuses valued at 16.45. You cannot send that email, right? You will definitely land in spam. And well, it really depends on your domain reputation, but you've just gotten into email marketing, your domain reputation is probably going to suck, which again isn't awful. We all have to start somewhere. So what I wanted to do um, is here, we'll just copy this and we're going to throw this in like my spam checker tool. And I will leave you with the link for this below as well. And this is kind of what I use to kind of get an idea of things that are going to be flagged. Like, just take a look at this out the box. Every single one of these words are flagged, right? You know, X amount of years ago, you could write money inside of an email and it would be cool. Now, if you include words like money or free, you're automatically going to go to spam just because over the years, so many people have sent out emails about that. And unfortunately, it's marked as spam. And there's really no way around that. So you have to kind of find creative ways to say money without actually saying money. And some people do it in the sense of like how they spell it, like we all know money, right? It's spelled that way. But maybe, I don't know, like that, right? It has the same type of sound, but um, it would pass the check for Google. Excuse me. I haven't been drinking my coffee. It's getting cold. All right. So maybe you spell it Muney. Whatever that is. Like some people do that when they send out emails. I don't necessarily like that just because personally I feel like blatantly misspelled words is, maybe I feel like it shows like a lack of intelligence, right? If you're trying to convince somebody, here's how you can make seven figures online, and you misspell money, not like once, you know, but more than once, or it's just like a super weird spelling of it. I feel like that takes away from the trust that the person would have. And so I definitely I don't do it that way, but I've seen or I've heard of other people doing that way. And the same thing with free, all right? Like free is another word that will definitely get you landed in spam, or maybe even just the promotion box, right? But I've seen people spell like F and then like a period REE to um, get rid of the potential for it landing in inbox, or sorry, landing in promotions or spam. I would find this a lot more acceptable than the obvious misspelling, because you could be like, oh, they meant to spell free, but they accidentally added a period into it, right? And if you saw it like that again, you still wouldn't necessarily think that the person lacks intelligence. You would be like, well, that's just kind of odd. You know, maybe there's a reason behind it, versus sort of like a blatant misspelling of the word. I don't know. That's something for you to try, test, and decide. But I wanted to show you though that taking the default swipes, and even though it's a great email, this is will easily land you in promotions and or spam. And so I understand you probably can't get rid of all of these, but we definitely want to try and get rid of some of these. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to throw some of these into um, Copy, see what comes out, and you know, because these are the emails that they're saying is working. So let me move over here. So we're going to kind of go back to notes, and we want to kind of craft the emails sort of around, we're kind of teaching them, kind of letting them know first, right? So like letting them know, you know, there's a like a new offer. So that's kind of like your first email. It's like, hey, you know, check out the email system, or sorry, the secret email system. It's great, yada, 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 yada. We try and also keep things like short and friendly, like you would be sending to your friend. You're like, hey, I found this, you know, this secret email system. I think it looks great. I think it's definitely something that you can use to make money online. And guess what? It's absolutely cheap as shit. Just go ahead, check it out. It'll be great, right? Like friendly type of thing, a little less on the sales side, that you're sending your that you're friending you're friending you're sending your friend All right. So that's kind of like our first email, like letting them know that there's an offer. And for the second one, maybe it's more of a like, hey, did you see the offer? So like maybe like a recheck, or maybe like we'll call it like a check-in. Did you see, right? Um, and then maybe your next one is like a testimonial, right? We'll just call him John made, you know, $1 million. Whatever that testimony, um, whatever that testimonial is, we take images and things like that from the sales page to kind of create that email so that they can see a few testimonials. Right, our next one is going to be, so they saw the email, right? Hey, we checked this out. It looks kind of interesting. Hey, did you see that? Right, that's the second one. And then, hey, John made $1 million. And then, it'll be like, maybe the next one is, how you can make, right, 1 mil. And then the next one might be more about some of the objections that they're going to have, like, um, right, the email swipes. So, here, so what emails, um, did John send, right? Here's 1,000 of them, right? So we're kind of getting into some of the objections that they might have. Okay. All right, here's 1,000 email swipes. All right, objection. Okay, so what was another one of our objections? How to generate the leads, right? How to get the email addresses. All right. What was another objection that we had? Right? Look at that. That's hand holding 45-minute strategy session with my team. Maybe like a still, yeah, not sure. Get a Control Shift V 45-minute strategy session with my team. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We already have 7 emails just from writing out just a few things. And then maybe the last email is a scarcity. This is closing down. Make sure that you get everything. So this is closing down type of conversation. All right, so we've got 8 emails here. just from, I would almost say, like common sense of like leading somebody kind of like down a path of seeing that this product might actually be a good fit for them. And that's kind of like your overall objective for anything that you do with affiliate marketing, is to present them with a product or an offer that would actually potentially help them make money online, being their initial objective, or starting their own business, and kind of walking them through why you think this is a good option for them, telling them that other people have made money from this, and then showing them that they can make money from this, and then as well talking about some of the objections that they may have. Right, we talked about the 1,000 email swipes. They're like, I don't know anything about email at all. Well, here's 1,000 email swipes to kind of get you started, right? And then they're like, well, I've got the swipes. Well, who do I send these to? Well, here's how I get leads every single day to send emails to. And, what if I had a 45-minute session to help you get all this set up, explain it to you, and walk you through the entire process? That is amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. And again, when we go through and evaluate offers, this is the kind of thing that we're looking for. This is something that I could send out to my email list and feel good about sharing this product with somebody versus some of the other stuff um, that I have seen. So again, for me, this is definitely about ethical email marketing. I don't really want to share anything that I don't really think is going to work for people. And obviously, I'm using email marketing with my lead gen secrets and now no limit emails. And so obviously, email marketing is something that I definitely believe in. And if you haven't already, check out my lead gen secrets case study. I've already made $1,000 from ClickBank and my lead gen secrets, and that number is continuing to grow. All right, let's get back to kind of the workshop about what's going on. So we've got all these emails. That's not including the emails that he's giving us right here. And like I said, these are super salesy, which isn't awful, but we'll definitely want to edit them. So I don't think I included this, that the guy's name is Matt. We'll throw that in there. Because when we write emails, you want to be like, hey, you should check out Matt's thing, or my friend Matt, or somebody I respect, Matt. You kind of want to lend your credibility in a way to Matt and his product, which again is another reason why you don't want to promote something that you do not believe in, because you're lending your credibility to um, that person. And that's also a reason I like to promote other things like Jasper, or My Legion Secrets, or something like the no limit emails or a get response, something that is absolutely trusted. And they also have reoccurring bonus. All right, so I guess the last thing to do is let's kind of get started working on some of our emails. So our first email is, right, letting them know that there's some sort of an offer. And we can do this. I mean, let's just search around. I'm doing this live with you just so you can see all the process. I haven't actually worked through any of this stuff yet. And you know, that's why I'm doing this, so you can kind of see the overall process. This is kind of nice, right? I don't get excited very often, maybe not so much that, but tomorrow, digital marketing legend Matt is releasing a brand new book that reveals how he built seven figures online, ethical email marketing. Because this stuff is always so good, always great, it's discounted for a few days. Yeah, I like this. I don't necessarily like the first one, but I definitely like this. I feel like it's very friendly and a lot less markety, if you will, right? And maybe the marketing part is sort of the hard sales of it, if you will. Let's throw it in the checker right quick. Right, and just see the difference between the second email. Let me duplicate that. And the first email. All right, just check out that difference. So this is already a much easier email to edit and make changes to, just from an overall score standpoint. All right, so we're gonna close out this one. All right, so we're gonna throw that in there, Control C. We're gonna make a new document, and we're gonna call it, what's the name? Secret email system. And if you're not familiar with Copy, basically what it is, it's an AI email writing system. And, part of this is what I'm going to show you today. But if you know, just want to go ahead and check it out, it is usually the third link right here in the description below. And I have an entire series down here about me using Copy to make money on ClickBank with my Legion secrets. And right now, AppSumo is running a special. And that link there. So you can just see right quick. And this special is $99. It's for 1 year, and it grants you 50,000 words per month generated. Now, if you go to their site and we're going to head over to pricing, that same pricing is $49, or basically $50 a month for the 50,000 generated words. So if you writing emails, writing copy, anything like that, I would suggest you go ahead and you grab Copy before it ends. I don't know how long they're going to actually leave this up. This is absolutely incredible deal. So basically, for the price of 2 months upfront, you're getting 50,000 words generated for an entire year. I think after that year, yeah, see, it's 1 year. You'll have to switch over to one of these plans, but we're going to say in a year of using Copy, you've made more than enough to deal with, $49 a month. And because you bought it on AppSumo, they do have a 60-day purchase or a 60-day return policy. Here it is, yeah. 60-day money back guarantee. Try it out for 2 months. Make sure it's right for you. You can't beat that. $99, 50,000 words. The link will be in the description below as well. All right. So now that we've got that out the way, you know I really like using Copy. And looks like we'll have to log back into some of that stuff. Okay. So we said that we liked this email copy. Let's throw it in the copy, see what we get. Slash. So when I use slash, this brings up like all the list of potential tools that we can use to rewrite this email. And we're going to use like several different tools just so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, what you're looking at. And I'll show you some really cool things that I love about it. So we could start off with the multi-purpose email, educational lead nurture. And there's so many like ones that you can use. But these are actually new, right? Like this Black Friday email, um, things like that. So they are, looks like they're definitely, you know, adding in some new features and new AI writing. So there's also freestyle, and I actually haven't really used the whole video script and YouTube title. That sounds really interesting. I'm wondering if it can be used for shorts. I mostly use cold outreach, um, AIDA, and things like that. Honestly, I haven't even used the content improver because I set up like, you know, a few emails, then you just kind of go about your day and you're like, oh, right, you know, and then you come back and you realize that you need to do a few more. Da. And the content converter, I absolutely love. Like I can throw in a like a review and then just get it to convert to an email. Maybe I should show you that first. No, wait, let's focus. Okay. Um, Maybe we'll try like a lead nurture. Maybe because we already have it out. Maybe not that. Let's use under multi-purpose. That might work. Okay. So this is like a, call it introduction to product. And our objective, uh, right? Let's see if our objective is more like, see if this is a good fit for you, you know, maybe for your business, or maybe it's a good fit for you, good fit for you, uh, maybe just do in your business. How about that? And our target audience, marketers, entrepreneurs, um, new affiliate marketers, uh, maybe people interested in starting an online business. And for tone, let's go with friendly. I like, so persuasive is definitely the more marketier one. But bold's also really good. So, but this is our first email, so let's go with like friendly or relaxed. I feel like in emails you don't necessarily want to come off as the professional unless you're like a business, emailing someone about a specific service, right? If you were like a dentist and you were emailing your one of your clients about a new appointment or something like that, you wouldn't be like, "Yo, come get your appointment," or, "Your appointments, at this time. Let's have a great," like you want to be a little more professional. But because email marketing is mostly your voice and you're kind of friendly, I hope you're friendly. Friendly works. And we're not also trying to hard sell them for the very first email. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right. So I obviously generated more. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. So don't miss out on Matt's Backett. I don't know. We're going to call it Matt. So don't miss out. Tomorrow, Matt is releasing a new book on email marketing. Honestly, that's not a bad headline, right? Email marketing tips from a seven-figure marketer. Also not a bad subheadline. Are you interested in starting an online business? If so, then you won't want to miss this. Tomorrow, Matt, a digital marketing legend, is releasing a brand new book that reveals how he built a seven-figure business online using nothing but ethical email marketing to drive revenue, sales, and commissions. This book is discounted for a few days, so be sure to grab it while you can. I'll send you the discount link tomorrow, so keep an eye out for the email. That's actually kind of cool. The fact that you're not sending them this link immediately kind of is like, oh, if this is that good, maybe I want to look it up, or wait, I can't wait till tomorrow's email, and things like that. So I did kind of want to look at the difference. I felt like it was a little bit close to what was kind of already there, right? So it definitely reworded some of this. That's new, right? You don't want to miss this. Tomorrow, Beck, a digital legend, is releasing a brand new book revealing is releasing a brand new book that reveals. So, I mean, they've definitely, cut through some of the sentences, rewrote some of the sentences, and things like that. So that's kind of what I look for, um, when using hobby copy. Just, what are the differences? I feel like overall, like I love how it rewrites things and it gives me additional subject lines, right? Build your business with these ethical email tips. Create a seven-figure business with this email marketing, or sorry, with these email marketing secrets. That's also not a bad headline, right? Right. So obviously we're going to delete this. This isn't necessarily great, and that's fine. Don't think anything of it. It's still AI. And Grammarly is included in here, so they do make suggestions and things like that. So all AI generation is not going to give you a perfect copy every single time. I need you to know that off the bat. No matter what AI tool you are using, it's not going to be 100% perfect. Like this gets you like 99, 95% of the way there. But you're not going to have a perfect generation every single time, and that's fine. All right, newbie's guide. Stay away from money bags when emailing, and the money emoji, all that stuff like that. Those are flags. Newbie guide to, or sorry, newbie friendly guide to seven-figure business. If you're interested in an online business, you'll want to check out Matt's new book. It reveals how he built a seven-figure business using ethical email marketing to drive revenue and sales. The book is discounted for a limited time, so be sure to grab it while you can. It's not bad. It's very short. Straight to the subject. Let's see. You won't want to miss this. But Matt is releasing a new book that reveals how he built a seven-figure business. Okay. That was their subject line, right? So obviously that's not a great subject line, but that's fine. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. I don't necessarily like that one either. So when I skip them, I just delete them so that I don't have to read back through them later on. All right, are you interested in starting an online business? If so, you might be a good fit for Matt. A good fit for what Matt is releasing tomorrow. Matt is a digital marketing legend, and he's releasing a new book that reveals how he built seven-figure business online using nothing but email marketing to drive revenue, sales, and commissions. This book is discounted for only a few days, so make sure to keep an eye out for my email tomorrow in order to get the discount link. All right, to get the discount link. I like that one. I absolutely like that one. Okay. Hmm. So right off the bat, um, we've kind of gotten two emails that we really like, and this is great because what I want to do is start emailing these prospects like 3 times a day, right? About the same offer. And so the idea of mailing kind of similar emails, but that are slightly different is sort of like a reminder, if you will. Like if you didn't see the email in the morning, maybe you'll see the one at noon, or maybe you'll see the one that goes out tonight, or something along those lines. And so maybe in the very first email, it's kind of like this one, but maybe in the next one, we send a picture of Matt or an image of some of the stats so that it's kind of a similar email, but that is a little bit different. Okay, so let's start off with cleaning up this very first email. So I kind of like this again. Like I think we're kind of getting them hyped for that. All right, cool. So if you look at that, we really only have to fix a handful of things. It's also important to include like the person's name in a lot of things. Let me pull this up. Cool. So because I use no limit emails, this is the like the first name variable or placeholder, if you will. So like let's say the person's name is Dan. So it's like hi Dan, or hey Dan, hi Dan, whatever you want your intro to be. And I also like to include it into the subject line um, as well. I actually like this because I feel like it's a little bit curious, you know, like who's Matt, right? I feel like it's definitely worth a few opens, so we're gonna throw that in there too, just to see how it feels about that overall, right? It doesn't necessarily like some of the stuff, but that's okay. So I would say something like, don't miss out, Dan, tomorrow, right? Don't miss out, Dan, like that. I'd like to include, like I said, the name in the subject line as well as in the very beginning of it, and then if you can, maybe one more time in the in the body of the email. I feel like it allows for you to be a little bit more personable, as well as if you're doing things that, uh, let's say you have a product or an offer rather, and it's like, hey, people from the US or something like that. Instead of it saying the US, I would say people from, and like I would have Dan's state, right? I mean, like you could even do his city specifically. Um, but if it's an online offer, just to kind of give a little bit more customization as if you're really talking specifically to Dan. So it'd be like, hey, Dan, we are looking for people from like the Dallas, Texas area to review this app. Or you can even say, hey, Dan, don't miss out. We're looking for people from Texas to review this app. And then by uh, having that specification, it feels more like you're talking to Dan specifically. And so I try to keep an eye out for some of those things as I'm writing emails. All right, so don't miss out, Dan. Tomorrow, Matt is releasing a new book on email marketing. And then we might even change it up a little bit. And let's say, like, tomorrow, Matt is releasing a book, right? Email marketing tips from a 7-figure marketer. Like we could do something like that that's a longer title. We can also put that kind of in the beginning because, Gmail or most emails kind of have that, right? In the beginning, where you can see a little bit of the email. So maybe we want to use this title and then this snippet and then start off with, hey, Dan. These are all the things that you kind of consider when you are starting off or, kind of crafting an email. And again, like I said, a lot of this is just kind of mental work, figuring out, you know, what your customer is looking for, or sorry, what your I mean, I guess they're kind of customers, but basically what your lead is looking for. And we wrote some of that stuff out. Move this off the way. All right, so we just did the first one, letting them know that there's a new offer. And so that's what we're working on right now. Let me log into a few more things. And I've got like 3 screens, so just give me a second. That's probably fine. Okay, that looks like that's fine. All right, let's see, let's see. All right, so we like the don't miss out. Let's start off with tomorrow, new book, email marketing. So one of the tools, again, I'm trying to, is WordTune. And if you're not familiar with WordTune, it basically is kind of another type of rewriter, and I think they're fantastic for individual sentences. So they do have a free version, and I think you only get like 10, maybe 15 rewrites a day, and you only get access to like the casual. So obviously I've purchased the product. I use it quite often, but this is one of my secret tools that I use in terms of rewriting content, because you have enough to think about, right? And without, trying to rack your brain writing or crafting a great email, and especially with like so much AI stuff out right now, um, I just feel like using AI is a lot smarter than at least I feel like it gives you a good start. So you have to use less of your brain power in order to get a good email written, and then you get to kind of save that for other things, other projects. Maybe you get to do more emails in a day. Because typically, I would spend a few hours and I would have, like emails written for like 2 weeks or something like that. Obviously, with me talking and kind of walking you through this and trying to think through the process, it's, taking uh, 3, 4 times as long. But I just kind of, again, wanted to show you some of the overall process. So I make 2 copies, probably even more than that, because this is what the original looks like. And we know that it doesn't necessarily like the word new and email marketing. So one of the things that I use trying to figure out how this sentence can be rewritten without using the word new or um, or email marketing. See, and like I haven't even done anything. I just they because with the extension of something like Grammarly that a lot of these platforms are using, it's automatically saying like, hey, people say this a lot. Here's some other alternatives. So we could say he's releasing a guidebook, a brand new book, things like that. So we're going to hit that. A comprehensive book. And I think comprehensive, like personally, sounds great. However, I feel like that's too big of a word for uh, not every person, but some people to read. I feel like using simpler words gets the message across, right? I think, again, I would be like a comprehensive book. Great. But what does that mean to everybody? Versus if I say something like brand new book, best-selling book. Like there's no question about what a brand new book is. Right. So let's see right quick how feels about that sentence. Let's just throw it in there. See, it doesn't necessarily like the new part attached to brand new either, but it's still not necessarily bad. But that's kind of the thing that we're looking at. It's not going to necessarily be perfect, but if you can knock it down a little bit, that would be great. Oh, let me see if this other thing is ready. Where's it? All right. That's going to get on my nerves a little bit. All right, where were we? Uh, So you can see I highlighted a very just one word instead of email marketing, a brand new book on sending emails, using emails to market, internet marketing with emails. That's definitely going to get flagged, right? Marketing through emails, how to market with emails. Like market or marketing is definitely one of those words that you're still also trying to get around. But that's okay. So we're going to just highlight the whole thing. But I wanted to show you that you could break it up in terms of segments. So right now, this is just kind of the rewrite. We'll switch over to casual, formal, shorten, and expand so you can see, what that looks like on an individual scale. Right? I wonder if we can get away with something that's like an e-marketing book. So I would like take that. Let's do another one. All right, let's switch over to casual and see what they look like. All right, formal. Again, we're just kind of going through the difference so you can get an idea. All right, let's check out shortened. And then you can hit expand as well. All right, this is kind of cool. I like this one a little bit better because it's the next few hours. Like you can go ahead and like send the link versus like doing it tomorrow. So it's like they don't necessarily have to wait a whole day. Cool. So that is definitely one of the ways you can go through and kind of figure out, like, rewrite some of the sentences and things like that. So also why it's good to kind of keep emails a little bit shorter. It will do an entire paragraph, um, and so forth. And so I also wonder if something like ebook, right? That's not going to get flagged. Marketing, right? So the marketing part of that got flagged, but we can go with something like ebook. Right? Like ebook. And then we still want to change that email marketing to something else. The power of email, maybe. I don't necessarily like that one as much. I feel like it kind of, like, just as a subject line, I think you really want to say something a little bit more about, um, and this might be where this kind of comes in, right? Tips from a seven-figure marketer, or the actual name of the book. Releasing his ebook. Was it Secret? No, they have to have parentheses. Secret email, yeah, system. And then throw that in there. So now it becomes, don't miss out, Dan. In the next few hours, Matt's releasing his book, Secret Email System, Tips from a Seven-Figure Marketer. So, like, that's definitely a little bit more of a longer subject line, but I definitely feel like it's something that would get opened. And then maybe even do this name again. If we were doing something, like if we still wanted to keep the pre-header, maybe something along those lines. That's totally optional. All right. Da, da, da. I do not understand what is going on with this. I was trying to log into a different writer that I use sometimes, but it wants definitely seem to be having a lot of trouble with it. So I might not be able to show that to you. Because like I said, this is kind of only half of what I use. All right, but we're going to throw this whole piece in there. And so that's just being a little bit difficult. Let me, okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. Just give me just a moment. Yeah, okay, that part's working. All right, give me just a second.